Action, renovation, Christmas, end of day.
Friday.
I look tiny. Oh my god, look how small I look.
We're going to do a little weekly roundup for you guys. In fact, we might even make it a yearly roundup.
Oh, it's the end of the day.
It's the last day of the year, though.
Pub. Nice.
That's better, isn't it?
Much better.
Quenched our thirst. Right, where do we start then? It's been a hell of a year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
What was your favourite moment?
You know what? I'm going to be a bit weird here. I know it's not mine. But the new truck,
Oh, really?
I reckon.
My new truck, that is.
Yeah, his new truck.
What about it? Was it?
I don't know if any of the OGs are going to still be around, but if you not remember the Land Rover, the green with the cream interior, that
Green?
thing was it was green, wasn't it?
Black.
That was dark green.
We've had a couple of points at this point.
Yeah, it was not the best, was it? It was even more unreliable than my car, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it was
It
good.
wasn't great.
It was good until it wasn't, and then every other week it was breaking down and an absolute nightmare.
And I
a
remember
bit
one
like
time,
how your Mini is now.
Yeah, but that's going. Let's not talk about that. But I remember one time when we broke down in a very famous murder spot at night. That was quite scary.
Yeah, that
wasn't
was class, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
so
great.
we were a good 45 minutes away from home, and there were... What's the name of the bloke? Do you remember?
No.
No.
He was
So a few
was
years
better,
back in
though.
our area, there was some dodgy taxi driver who had been basically kidnapping women, burying them in a field, and we broke down right next to where they were found. That was a bit twitchy, wasn't it?
That wasn't very nice. A bit nasty.
And it was a really dodgy fast corner as well, so it was actually quite dangerous.
So
being
we've
broken
just
down
gone
there.
from the best moment of the year to the worst moment of the year. Like
Yeah,
that.
there is that. Yeah. Yeah, no, the truck's,
Yeah,
the truck's good.
what
It's
was your
decent.
best?
I love it, but it's filthy and dirty, and I've not looked after it as well as I should
Yeah,
have.
but it's a work truck. What's your best bit of the
Best
year?
moment of the year. Best moment? Or... I think for me, it's got to be the success, like with the socials.
Yeah, it's
Like-
pretty good.
Been part of the landscape show on Fix. That's unreal. Like that's a massive honour. Finalist again, second year in a row for Landscape of the Year, and a finalist for Content Creator of the Year. We had that video earlier in the year, 20 million views. That's pretty decent.
That's not bad.
Unbelievable.
That also got us a lot of followers. That also bumps us up a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, so there's been a lot. It's been a good year. Oh, that trip to Turkey as well. Oh, so Talasay took me to Turkey to show me how porcelain was made, and that was absolutely unreal because we didn't do that much work.
And he didn't take me, bear in mind. Let's just
Wasn't
remember
allowed.
that.
It wasn't up to me, mate.
I was trapped at site working, and he was in the warm Turkish sunshine,
so
diving
nice.
into oceans.
It was really miserable here, and it was about 30 degrees in Turkey, and we were literally on yachts, just living it up for 3 or 4 days. It was good.
I was concrete.
I could get used to that. I could really get used to that. Right, so that's best moments. What about actual best jobs? What was your favourite job of the year?
That's
It's
really
a hard
good
one because we've absolutely smashed this year. We've done some incredible projects.
I really liked the Roman project. I think that was actually my favourite.
Yes, I was back springtime, quite early on in the year,
was
wasn't
it
it?
April, March? Yeah,
Maybe
that
even
was,
earlier.
That was
That was
good.
kind of. It was more country style, so we had a lot of natural stone, a lot of natural products.
Yeah,
It was nice. Yeah, it was really good.
was lovely customers as well.
Yeah, she turned
Amazing
out to be lovely.
coffee.
It was one of those jobs where I was really anxious because I knew this woman had such particular tastes.
Yeah,
But then, because we absolutely smashed it out of the park, obviously they were happy the whole time, and it was actually really good. But it was a long way away.
it was a bit of a trek. Yeah,
big slog each morning, and it did drag on for a lot longer than it should have.
but there was a Burger
So from
King.
my point of view, it went on too long and we didn't make
There
much
was
money,
a Burger King close though.
There was, yeah.
So
Burger
we
King
got
and a
Burger
Greg's.
King for lunch.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
true. Yeah.
And I think my accountant probably noticed that as not great. I think he probably realised that they were spending a bit too much money on the BK.
Money well spent.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to put
it could have been worse. It could
Put
have
all
been
meat
down
on
the
the bones
pub.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
My favourite job, I reckon, was... I don't know. It's been... I look at them as from a business
I know
point of
what
view.
you're going to say.
What?
I think your favourite looking job was the first job of this year. We finished off this year, last year.
Sunset Project?
I think so. I think that might have been your favourite, slab-wise.
No, you're on about the one that we did actually at Christmas last year.
Yeah, we finished that off in January,
No, I think we finished it before Christmas.
did we?
Those slabs were stunning. Oh my god! So it was sandstone, but it was sawn, like polished, smooth sandstone. And normally it's all like rough, riven, natural finish. It's just not as nice. That was stunning. It's a funny project as well because we had a lot of weird stuff going on at the same time. So we were like recording the Christmas song and all sorts of things while that project was going on. For me, that's just like the Christmas project in my head.
Yeah.
But no, that was last year. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the Gecko project was sick.
Cool. That was
really
cool.
It looked amazing at the end, but it was an absolute ball ache. It
was.
wasn't easy to get there, so the slabs were horrible to cut, horrible to work with. But then things like the built-in lighting and all
But
that
it
kind
made
of
it
stuff,
even more
looked
better. It made it even more better. That doesn't make sense.
Good
It made it even. It made it even better when we actually realised that
More
we've
fulfilling?
had to, we've had to work this hard, and cutting was just a nightmare. Shout out to your co-host actually in the landscaping show.
Yeah.
For letting us borrow the table.
John absolutely saved us
because oh my word, they were the worst slabs you've
They
ever
were such a
seen
nightmare
in
to
life.
cut. We ended up driving. You drove to Wales, didn't you?
Yeah, I drove to Wales.
So Max
yeah.
drove to Wales to pick up a massive ruby table saw to be able to cut each porcelain slab with basically really expensive fancy kit.
Yeah.
Which normally we just use an angle grinder. That made all the difference. I kind of saved that project a little
Yeah,
bit.
because they were nasty. But then it also meant that when we did that project, we finished it up, and obviously, probably a lot of tradesmen watching this, I think you realise when you've had a lot of work and it's been hard work and you've sort of slogged and you've really thought, is this worth it? When that's done and you look at the project, especially at night with the lights.
It's that sigh of relief at the end, isn't it? It's worth it, yeah.
It was like, wow, we've done a really good job here, and the customers were super happy. They were really, really chuffed.
They were lovely as well, really good.
They were amazing.
That's another little highlight.
Barbecue. They made
actually.
it. They had a barbecue.
You weren't there that day.
Barbecue.
You
I
weren't there.
allowed. But I had the leftovers the next
brilliant.
day.
So it was me and Harry at the time was with me, and so the customer got a smoked brisket on at about 7 a.m. long before we even arrived on site, and he literally was like looking after it all day long. And then come about 1 o'clock, we had this beautiful smoked brisket with these homemade fries and like full like homemade coleslaw and like the full shebang. It was so good. They did save some for Max for the next day, to be fair, but it was just unbelievable. It was the best meal we've ever been treated to by a customer.
Pickled cabbage as well. That
Yeah. Although, let's go back to the Ravine project with Tina and her Friday morning bacon baguettes, because they were unreal.
They were good. They were good. And it was like that Friday, you're coming in, you're thinking, oh, one more day to go, and then I've got
and then we
weekend.
We revisited the Ravine project as well, didn't we, to that pathway, which looked stunning, really, really nice.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare getting hold of the pavers from Marshalls, because Marshalls are that's right, I'm going to say it. They're terrible. Sorry, phone call, how dare I? But when we went back, it was actually Tina, the customer's birthday, while we were working, which we didn't realise. But even on her birthday, she made us like the best bacon rolls, didn't she?
That was incredible.
Yeah, unbelievable. So that was decent. And to be honest, like, it's hard for me to pick out a favourite job because I'm really proud of everything we do. Like, if we're not proud of it, we've not done something right. So
I think based on
ended every job, I'm super happy. Basically,
based on the followers and what content did really well and what followers seemed to really like was the Roman project.
Got to be the Roman project, wasn't it?
It was. Like, everyone really liked that, and there was a lot of sort of.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Because it was a bit different to a lot of what we normally do.
Yeah, well, we're very much like a lot of hardscape and sort of just patios and parks, and that's it. Whereas this was a lot of softscape, wasn't it? A lot of
It's a
planting.
bit more creative.
It was.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was unique.
Yeah,
I think is the word you're looking for.
And that's the beauty of the project we're on now. Obviously, the renovation that we've just started, which, by the way, wasn't meant to start until the new year, but we've started it early.
Yeah.
So we're already off to a great start. That we've got a lot of free reign with. We can almost do what we want as long as we make money.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good.
And all
I'm
you,
very, very,
all you
very
landscapers
excited for
out
it.
there, in the cold, in the wet, and we feel really sorry for you. Well, we're not. We're in the warm and we're staying dry, and it is the best thing in the world because.
But we have got to do all the garden and the driving.
Yeah, but we're doing that when it warms up, aren't we? Obviously.
Yeah.
Come on.
If it's nice
I mean,
weather,
it is
we'll be
England. It's
outside.
probably not going to warm up, is it? Let's be real. We are going to be getting wet at some point.
So we'll do the inside work.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
So we've got all that to look forward
So,
to. Let's stick with 2024 for a minute.
yeah. Let's go for it.
What's the funniest moment you can remember? There's been a lot, to be fair. We have a good laugh on site.
Yeah.
Although we do work incredibly hard.
Well, we are kind of best friends off from work as well.
Cute.
We are now. Like we see a lot. I see Tom more than I see my girlfriend, more than I see probably my family.
I think because your girlfriend lives abroad.
Yeah. But more than I
Yeah.
see most people, isn't it?
We do. If
Like-
we didn't get on well, we wouldn't still work together, would we?
Yeah, we wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't work. Best moment of the year, though, is funniest moment of the year. Sorry.
I want to say Max at the awards night, really drunk,
Yeah.
so drunk.
Shout out to Adam if you're watching this. Great night, by the way. Yeah, it was funny. That was good.
Do you know, actually what was funnier
Funniest.
than that was you the next morning on the drive home.
Yeah. We won't mention any of that because that was
It made me.
horrible.
I didn't really drink much because I had to drive home in the morning, but it made me feel hungover, seeing how hungover Max was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Oh. Yeah, not ideal.
It's coming tomorrow.
Ah, nice. So obviously we're sat in the pub. That's the owner of the pub, just admiring this very nice camera that you guys are watching us from right now. Sorry about that, guys. We just had the landlord of the pub, wondering what on earth we were doing, but also admiring the camera.
He
And we
said
ended up
he's got one
talking
on
about
the way
cameras
for
and all
Christmas,
sorts.
apparently.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So the pub we're at is going to start making loads of content and stuff as well, and they're very much wanting one of these cameras. So fair
Shout
enough.
out to the Angel, Warren Bassett. By the
Yeah.
way. But funniest time of the year. Is what
Funniest
we were on
moment.
it. Yeah, I think two. I can think of two, and they were more me finding you funny rather than you laughing at me,
Laughing
because
at
which
me,
normally
yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Like
So
it.
number one, I think you remember in the cottage when the floorboards were getting done, and you were joist hopping, and you missed the joist, and your leg went straight through the ceiling, and you were just flubbing around on the floor, and you couldn't get up. That was quite funny.
That was brilliant. So the last renovation project we did, oh my god, yeah, my foot slipped off the joist and it went straight through the ceiling.
Yeah. And for the once
Yeah.
ever, he was actually my height because
That
half
was
of his
so
leg was in
funny.
the floor.
I forgot
That
about
was
that.
good. That was good. And
was
that's
brilliant.
not even the best one. Do you remember the ravine project? No, not the ravine project. The sunset project.
Yeah.
And that we might have been using some sort of heavy machinery. And it might have been really wet and muddy, and you might have taken a corner a bit too fast, and
That wasn't even because of
ended up not the right way up. And we actually managed to get it back up, didn't we? It was bloody heavy.
Right, so this was both
There
a
you go, you can
funny,
explain
hilarious moment and
Dangerous.
stroke of genius from myself.
No,
to
you could have
recover it.
died. Let's be real.
So it was
dangerous.
a big 2-ton bulldozer we had on site at the time.
Yeah.
Cheers, Houston. And I definitely did not put your bulldozer on
Dumper.
its side. Sorry, yeah, dumper. And we were driving it down tracks across fields. It was horrific access, which if you guys have been following it for a while, you probably remember. But it just went instantly tipped over, didn't it? It literally just hit a bump and just went bang with me on it. I kind of.
Wear your seatbelts.
I did have my seatbelt. I was wearing my
Yeah.
seatbelt on,
You were
and
lucky.
I was absolutely fine. I just went sideways with it.
Because from a distance, I thought that because you obviously have the roll bar at the top, I was really worried that he'd slipped off and
He
caught his head.
wasn't
But
worried,
luckily,
he was pissing himself.
Luckily, he had his seatbelt on, which is why you should always wear
Yeah,
it.
no, genuinely, it's there for a
But,
reason, guys.
Yeah, that was
But the
scary,
reco-
but hilarious.
The recovery of that, though. So my poor little bobcat, which weighs a lot less than that dumper did.
It's a 1.2 ton digger, isn't it?
It was a 2-ton dumper, and it's a 0.8 digger.
0.8 digger, yeah.
And it managed to raise it back up, but with the help of a load of sleepers, if you remember.
Yeah.
So we used some dodgy old sleepers that were on site that we were getting rid of, and we managed to raise it just to kind of a bucket's height, stick a couple of sleepers under it, raise it another bucket's height, sleepers under
Yeah,
it.
it was
and,
good.
Until
It
we
was
were
clever.
upright, and we actually managed to right the dumper, and it was absolutely fine as well. Not even a scratch, just a bit of mud on the side.
Yeah.
Really lucky.
But it was hilarious.
And that was the point we decided to get rid of that dumper and hire in some bigger machinery.
that's the best time of the year. That's the best bit of the year.
That was good fun, wasn't it?
The truck, the
the tank.
tracked dumper.
So this was
Massive
then-
thing.
It was a 5-ton machine, and it could carry like 2.5, 3 tons or something.
Yeah.
But it was literally a tank. It was
It was
massive,
awesome.
tracked dumper, the biggest bit of kit we've had on site, I think.
Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
it was even each morning, because it was so slippery and so steep and so dangerous. Even just bringing our tools in and out of sight every day, we'd load up this dumper, drive it
Yeah.
up across the field and up the hill. And then, without that, I don't think we've even got through that project.
Another, that was another project that helped our social media.
Another
really
project
take
that made me
off,
no
wasn't
money.
it? But it was a project that took our social media off big time, wouldn't it?
Well, I think
It
at
was me
that
getting
point
stuck
we
in
were
the mud and
at that point we were gaining a lot of
Yeah.
traction, and it was brilliant. You know, that was January, February, and then March we went into the Roman project, and we were doing loads of awesome content, loads of really
Yeah.
interesting stuff. But it was hard, it was difficult, and that's what you guys love to see.
Yeah.
But it meant we were making no money, guys. I'm not going to lie.
And
Those
I think,
projects went on way longer than they should have.
and I think you'll find as well, there's certain fans out there, certain people that have been on social media from day one. Clay Boots, to name one. Shout out. They loved that project because it was a nasty,
Basically,
muddy, horrible
The
project.
two of us getting a little bit down and dirty in our wellies in the bit of mud.
It seems to have hit a certain
Seems you guys like
certain
that.
crowd. Yeah.
Moving on from that takes me to the worst moment of the year,
Go on.
which was when we were having all this attention and everything was going really well on the socials. I got hacked and it completely dive bombed.
Yes, that was
awful.
scary. That was a
That was
scary moment,
grim.
wasn't it? Yeah.
So, to let you guys in behind the curtain a little bit, what happened basically is I got an email from Instagram saying someone's tried to access your account. We recommend you change your password, all that kind of nonsense. Okay, cool. Log in, change your password, but it wasn't. It was all fake, and it was a complete fake link, fake site, fake everything. And by changing my password, I thought I was changing my password. In actual fact, I was giving the hackers my details.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they had my account, and they froze everything. They shut down the whole account, and from there they then continued to harass me and try to blackmail me. They wanted 10 grand. Obviously, I didn't have 10 grand to give them, but they wanted to basically extort me and blackmail me and continue to message and call me and harass me for non-stop for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I say non-stop, it's literally like every few minutes I'm getting more messages, and it's every time they contact you, it's from a different number, from a different like IP address. It's all just presumably all the same person, all the same group of people,
scary,
but
scary.
it was endless. And it meant I had no social media for a couple of weeks, and all of that great traction and momentum that we had went completely disappeared. My algorithms were completely knackered because my account didn't exist for several days.
And it just goes to show, like,
Police did nothing, absolutely nothing. They actually called me about 6 months later and said, we're really sorry, but we've traced them to somewhere in the Middle East and we can't do anything about it. Thanks very much. Meanwhile, to be honest, that kickstarted, for me, a really, really hard period of just being depressed, like massively. That's not even an understatement either. I had a really rough year on that front. And that was probably a lot of what started it. I know you shouldn't care that much about social media, but I do put a lot of time and effort into you guys, and that really affected me genuinely. But we're back again now.
We are.
Do you know what I mean?
And to be fair,
it took
I think
a while to come back from that, but we're
life
back
in
to normal now.
general has you know, like, people struggle with things off social media. You only see the best bits. You don't see the bits of, you know, the hard stuff you have to go through, what Tom has to go through, what I have to go through, what everyone has to go through at the end of the day. And it's hard to know. It's hard to know what people are going through when you don't see anything. You just see us being happy and silly and goofy on
Yeah,
site.
at the end of the day, you only see what we want you to see.
Yeah.
So if I'm miserable and depressed, I'm just not going to put the camera on. And the reality is, a lot of us tradespeople are out there struggling because we're all really stressed. We're all overworked and underpaid. By that I mean customers are trying to screw you left, right, and centre. You know, you've got people paying you late, not paying you at all sorts of issues that we face.
Not even the customers, it's the hierarchy, the government, to be fair, at the moment.
Let's not get started on that one.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not fair for, like, being self-employed like I am. Having your own
I am
business
as well,
like Tom,
so far.
yeah, like it's really tricky, and most people that you know on this sort of trade Instagram sort of side of Instagram you see, everyone's having the same problems, and it's really tricky. So mental health is massive, isn't it? And I think
that's why in the last couple of months, since I've kind of managed to improve on myself and I'm in a much better place, that's why I'm putting a lot of energy and effort into helping causes like the Lost City, Project 7K, you know, supporting the Lighthouse charity, Banner Builders, all these kind of things, because I want you guys out there to know that actually, when you're struggling, there's loads and loads of services out there to help you. You've just got to actually be able to face up to your own issues and contact them to start with. And that's the hardest bit, don't get me wrong, that is the hardest bit, but you'll feel so much better for it.
It's hard knowing you have to talk. I mean, Tom was going through this, and I'm working on site with him every day, and I probably know him better than
I don't think you
most
had a clue
people
either,
you
did
do.
you?
Yeah, I probably, apart from his wife maybe, and his parents, I probably know him better than anyone else, and he was even too worried to talk about it to me. So if you are struggling out there, just know that there's people to talk to.
I was a typical bloke, and when things are really hard, you just bottle it up and try to head down and get on with it, and I got to the point where it's just too much to keep faking it, really.
Yeah, it's never.
And
never
I
a
did
good
let
idea.
it kind of get out of control and go over the top, but things are good now.
Yeah, I think things are honestly, from both of us, I think,
Yeah.
looking great.
Yeah, I'm genuinely really happy. We've got so much exciting stuff happening.
So it's going to be our year.
So
It's going to be our year.
It's a good time to get on to that topic. So, what are you looking forward to in the new year?
I think, personally, there's loads of things for me to look forward to. Is just me working. As in, there's a lot more things I can learn. There's a lot more things we're going to do that I haven't
He's
done
looking
before.
forward to his girlfriend coming home.
My girlfriend, yeah, my girlfriend's going to be coming home in the summer. Shout out to her, she's doing absolutely amazing. But I think, yeah, like, I'm going to learn a lot. I mean, we've done a lot of landscaping. I'm a landscaper. I'm not generally a builder. I've done a bit of building work, but not loads. And I'm going to learn loads doing that.
Yeah, so obviously I come from a general builder's background, so stuff that's familiar to me and normal to me is not to you.
Yeah.
So I think this renovation project the next couple of months is going to be a big learning curve for you.
It'd be incredible.
I think already
I'm
the
really
last couple of
excited for
weeks
that.
you've already probably learned quite a lot anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be a continuous learning process. But I'm really excited for the renovation. I'm excited to obviously avoid the worst of the weather and stuff. But I'm excited for the other things we can't necessarily talk about yet. So there's a lot planned online.
Let's just say,
content.
keep an eye, keep an ear out. There's some exciting things coming ahead, isn't there?
Yeah. So obviously the Fixed Radio Landscaping Show. Super excited to be part of that. Super excited to carry that on, make that a huge success, get all of you guys listening. But there's a lot of other stuff as well with the social media world that I'm really excited for. Some I can talk about, some I can't, but stay tuned, guys. There's loads of exciting stuff going on, and it's going to be an epic year.
Definitely.
And not just a renovation project. We've got some really exciting projects booked in after that as well. So yeah.
We're going to have to go because Tom is losing his voice, if you can't hear.
I am. I don't know what's going on. It's gone.
So I don't think that we're going to
2024's finally had the better of me.
Yeah, it's finally come to an end. It's the last day of work. Thank God it's gone now. But yeah, I'm
just
excited.
a little moment as well, just to thank you because you've been an absolute legend all year.
Wow.
Like I've said this to loads of you guys online before, but in actual fact, I couldn't ask for a better employee. You're enthusiastic and happy. You're not always on time, but you make up for it when you do get there.
Yeah. I've got a car. Let's allow it.
Car and shit timekeeping.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can work on for 2025.
That is definitely one thing I need to work on.
But no, like we're a really good partnership, and we get a lot of really incredible work done.
Yeah.
And we should be really proud of what we've already done.
I think so, definitely.
But also, what we're going to do going forward.
There's a lot coming. There's a lot of exciting times ahead. Yeah.
Here's 2025. Stay tuned,
Peace
guys.
out.
Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, and see what we get up to.
Yeah.
See
See you later.